Here are 7 harsh truths men over 40 wish they'd known years ago. Be sure to drop a comment and let me know which ones resonate with you. Truth number 1, no one's coming to save you. At some point you realize no one is watching the movie of your life. No one sees your quiet suffering, your unspoken sacrifices, your hopes that things will magically get better if you just hang in there. You think maybe your wife will notice how unhappy you are, or your boss will finally recognize your value, or life itself will reward your loyalty and endurance. But here's the truth. Everyone else is busy trying to survive their own story. And if your life is stuck, no one's going to pull you out. No one's going to say, "Hey, I see you drowning. Let me fix that." They'll step around you and keep walking. Not because they're cruel, but because they're distracted just like you've been. Waiting is the trap. Ownership is the way out. This doesn't mean it's all your fault. It's just that you can't outsource your rescue. You have to become the one who sees your own suffering and then chooses to do something about it. Truth number 2, you don't get points for enduring what you could walk away from. We're taught that perseverance is a virtue, and it is in the right context. But sometimes what looks like endurance is really just fear keeping us stuck. You stayed in the job, the marriage, the one-sided friendship, not because it fed your soul, but because it felt safer than the unknown. You convinced yourself that it was noble to stick it out and that walking away would be weakness. But here's the thing. You weren't staying for loyalty. You were staying for control. Staying meant you didn't have to face the terror of starting over. But the harsh truth is this. There is no prize for suffering through something that's quietly killing you. Courage isn't just sticking it out. Sometimes it's knowing when enough is enough and choosing something better, even when it scares the hell out of you. Truth number 3, if you don't define yourself, the world will do it for you. When you were young, people asked what you wanted to be. Somewhere along the way, that turned into what you should be. You became what your family needed, what your boss wanted, what your partner expected, and you woke up one day with a life that looked right from the outside, but felt completely foreign on the inside. You didn't choose it, you inherited it. The world is happy to define you by your utility, by what you can produce, solve, provide, or absorb. But self-respect doesn't come from playing a role well. It comes from stepping off the stage and asking, who am I when I'm not performing for anyone else? And it's never too late to start answering that question. And if you don't, someone else already has. Truth number 4, you will pay for your silence eventually. Maybe you kept the peace, bit your tongue, minimized your needs. Maybe you told yourself you were being mature, that compromise was the price of love or professionalism or being a good man. But here's the truth. Silence isn't neutral. It collects interest. The things you swallow today become the resentment you carry tomorrow. And one day, all those unspoken thoughts, all those unmet needs, all those quiet sacrifices, they come crashing down in the form of burnout, numbness, explosions that seem to come out of nowhere. And you don't have to become loud or aggressive, but you do have to become honest because your soul will not let you suppress your truth forever, not without consequences. And if you're getting value from this so far, please support the channel by liking the video. Thank you. Truth number 5, your worst enemy isn't failure, it's getting exactly what you thought you wanted. You spent years pursuing what seemed like the answer, the perfect relationship, the respect of your peers, the lifestyle that would finally make you feel successful. And when you got it, you realized it solved none of the problems that actually mattered. The promotion didn't make you feel important. The marriage didn't make you feel complete. The recognition didn't fill the void because you were solving the wrong problem. You thought external changes would fix internal emptiness. But getting what you wanted while ignoring what you actually needed is just sophisticated self-deception. The most dangerous moment isn't when you're failing, it's when you're succeeding at something that doesn't align with who you really are. Because success creates momentum that's hard to redirect, even when you know you're headed toward a life that isn't yours. Truth number 6, the people who love you will try to keep you small. Your family and friends have an investment in the predictable version of you. They built their own sense of stability around knowing who you are and what you'll do. When you start changing, pursuing something new, setting different boundaries, questioning old assumptions, they'll unconsciously resist it. Not because they want to hurt you, but because your evolution threatens their comfort. Your wife might guilt you about changing when you stop being the yes man she married. Your friends might mock your new interests or goals. Your family might remind you of past failures when you mention taking a risk. And they'll frame it as concern. This isn't like you. Are you sure about this? Remember what happened last time? But what they're really saying is, we need you to stay who you were so we don't have to adjust. The people closest to you often have the most invested in your limitations. Breaking free means disappointing them, at least temporarily. Truth number 7, your biggest regrets won't be about risks you took, they'll be about conversations you avoided. It won't be the business you didn't start or the move you didn't make. It'll be the things you never said to people who mattered before time ran out. The conversation with your father about why he was so hard on you. The talk with your son about what really matters in life. The honest conversation with your wife about what you actually wanted from the marriage. The words you never spoke to the friend who needed to hear them. We spend so much time worried about taking the wrong action that we forget inaction is also a choice. And the conversations we avoid don't disappear. They just get harder to have as time passes. The cancer diagnosis, the divorce papers, the funeral, and you think you're protecting relationships by avoiding difficult conversations, but you're actually starving them. Because connection requires truth, and truth requires courage. If you want to see more videos like this, check out this playlist. Be sure to subscribe, especially if you're a guy over 40 wanting to be a better version of yourself. Thanks for watching.